I'm sure you can see by the title of this video what I'm going to be talking about today. I just wanted to start this and just preface it by saying I just respect everyone that does sales. I can never look down on anyone that does that unless you're a con artist. I'll absolutely never look down on anyone that does this position. I hated the sales job that I had. Absolutely hated it. The type of sales job that I had, I was in life insurance. So if you have done life insurance or you're in life insurance, you're going to know what I'm talking about here today. And I'm not crapping on life insurance. I think it's great. People need to have it. I'm not hating on anyone that, sells life insurance or is still doing it right now. I just want to share my experience on how much it affected me, how it just wasn't meant for me, why I hated it, why I wanted to do it, and maybe help someone out in making their mind about it if they're in the same situation. So I was working in construction when I got the opportunity to work at a life insurance agency, and I had always wanted to be an entrepreneur. At that time, I owned my own company. We were just selling products online and doing pretty well. We were doing about $10,000 a month, and I needed some more capital for the business just to keep it growing. And so I looked at the life insurance opportunity, and working in construction, it takes up a lot of your time. So naively, I'm thinking, well, I can make a lot of money just working my own hours doing the life insurance, get really good at sales. It'll help my business. It will give me all these social skills, and I'll just be making more money because I'll have more money for the business. So I'll make even more money there, and then yada, yada, yada. So I was like, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I just went ahead and quit my construction job. I just jumped straight in. Absolutely went all in on this thing, which is insane to think about looking back. So my goals were to be a top producer so that I could make enough money to increase my capital at my company. And then just to make a bunch more money in general was another goal, just because who doesn't want to have just more money? And also to improve my social skills, because I'm a very laid back person. I don't like talking to people a lot, but I understand that it's a very valuable skill and one that I know I need to develop if I want to move forward in my life. And I wanted to learn sales at a very intimate level. So those were my goals going in. And just to make a long story short, I really did do all those three things. I became a top producer. I did make a bunch of money, and I did improve my social skills. I learned sales, and I was in it about a year before I quit, and I was in between two companies. In case anyone thinks that the reason I hated it was because of the company, I genuinely believe I went to the best company that does do life insurance sales. I genuinely believe that. I won't say their name on here because it's such a small company that they're doing God's work at that company. I promise you, they're the straightest individuals ever. And coming off a bad experience with the previous company, I thought that is why I hated sales. So I went ahead and ended my contract with that company and went to the new one where they were doing everything right. I enjoyed it a little bit more, but I was still just so miserable doing that. And in case anyone's thinking I was miserable because I wasn't successful, I really was. I was the top producer for a couple months in a row, did $20,000 to $30,000 a month. Big numbers, and I could only do that through that second company, and it was fantastic. I was putting in a lot of work, and I really took a lot of time to learn how to do it. I got really good at it, but I was just, after I made it there, I thought I'd be happy. I thought once I got good at it, that, my look towards it would turn around. And it just wasn't the case. I'd been doing it for a year at that point, learning it, and I just hated it. I was just so miserable every day I woke up. I hated working from home. It was not what I thought it would be, and it just genuinely wasn't me. Every time I picked up that phone, I hoped that person didn't pick up. I hated talking to people so much, and I thought that would change in me. I really thought that would change, and it never did. Even when I became a top producer and I got over it for a long time, I still hated every second of it. I don't understand why I do not like speaking to people, but I just hate it more than anything you could imagine. I don't know why that is. But now I ain't gotta wonder whether or not I'll like something. I absolutely understand this about myself, and it took a year of just working in sales and doing that, just grinding, reaching the pinnacle of the company for me to figure out that I genuinely am not meant for this type of shit. And that really is the reason I hated it. I learned it. I got really good at it. I had a good group of people and I found a good company. The one thing that was missing out of that equation for a good career was myself. I just wasn't me when I was selling. It just wasn't right. I just was not happy with myself. I hated who I was on the phone. I wasn't scummy or anything like that, but the way I talked, the way, what I had to do, just what I had to say. And I understand that is sales. Like, obviously you're a salesman, you have to say certain things and you have to act a certain way. I completely understand that. But to my core, I couldn't get over that. I hated it, hated it, hated it. I hate fake people. I hate fake things. I hate it. It makes me cringe listening to sales calls. It makes me cringe listening to myself. Not because I hate the way I sound or that I sounded horrible, but I knew that wasn't me. I could not get over it. No matter how much I tried, I could not get over it. And I was so miserable every single day. And I just wasn't being myself around my girlfriend at the time, my family members. It was just so unhealthy for me that my goals didn't even matter anymore. That I just genuinely just wanted to get out of that more than anything. They were just not important enough for how miserable I actually was. And I had options. I could go back and make a career estimating and construction, and that is exactly what I did, because I know that I can make close to the money that I was making selling, and that I could also just work harder in doing and doubling down on what I was doing to get a promotion, get a raise, or maybe even a side hustle like this YouTube channel. And that right there gave me all the motivation I needed. In the week, I just completely flat out quit. I told the guys, like, hey, I love y'all, but I've got to do this for me. I've got to stop. I can't do this anymore. Guys, I'm being so honest with you. I've never been more miserable in my life, and I have gone through a lot of stuff. It just wasn't me. I could not wake up every day doing what I was doing anymore. I couldn't do it. I just want to say to anyone who is in sales, looking to getting into sales, please don't let this shoot you down, or don't take offense to this at all. I absolutely respect and applaud everyone who does it. You know, if you have never attempted something like sales, you can just never make fun or look down on someone who does it, right? It is another level of mental resilience and then just work. Yeah, you may not be picking up anything with your hands, but brother, let me tell you, the things you have to do, the things you have to say, and the work ethic and the mental that you have to bring every single day is unlike anything. I've been a pipe laying foreman, and I haven't worked harder a day doing that than I did in sales. It was absolutely brutal to me. I couldn't do it. So I applaud everyone who is doing it. I have the most respect for you guys. It's not me. I can't do it. You guys can have it, okay? Because it's just not me. I love that people do love sales. I think that's amazing. We need people out there like that, because someone like me, I have to have my hands on stuff. I have to be a problem solver. I have to do something else. That's just not me. But to everyone that does do it, everyone that's looking forward to doing it, man, y'all can have that. That ain't for me. But all in all, I really did sacrifice so much for that job just to find out that it was the wrong path for me. But I genuinely mean this when I don't regret the invaluable experience of that hard work. I pushed myself to another level I didn't even know existed. And the social skills I gained during that time, completely invaluable. It was almost like a college course on just how to speak, how to get people to feel things. Like skills like that, I'll take with me throughout my entire life. So I 0% regret it. And I love the path that I'm on now. I finally feel fulfilled and know my future. I feel so good in what I'm doing now and just the future that I have laid out in front of me because of all the hard work I put in. So I do not regret it at all. I just kind of wanted to get on here and speak about this a little bit because it's something that does sit heavy on my heart, and I don't feel like I'm a failure, and that feels really good. All in all, let me know what you guys kind of think about it. Have you had an experience kind of similar to mine? Are you in sales right now and, it's kind of weighing on your heart about, are you in the mix about something? Like, guys, let me know in the comments. I'll talk about it with anybody. I'll make a short video responding to you. I'll post it on my page. Just let's have a conversation down in the comments, guys. And if you guys have any questions about anything that I went through, what companies I work for, I wouldn't mind DMing you. I just like to keep it private on here. But yeah, if you guys want any advice too, just let me know down in the comments. But I'll go ahead and let y'all go for today. Next week, look for another video on Friday, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.